Hi there, Simon from simonwood.com. An aromatic interlude this afternoon. It is a rather nice afternoon here. It's been raining, but now the sun is out, and I feel in something aromatic and fresh and delicate. Have I got them with these four wines I have today? I've got two Rieslings, a Sylvaner and a Gewurztraminer. They're all from Alsace, the weird bit of, is it France, is it Germany, which is now currently France, but maybe in a couple of hundred years, if there's a major conflict, it might end up going back into Germany. But hey, it's been France for rather a long time, so we'll just call it French for the moment. I wasn't quite sure which. I've got three Alsace grape varieties. I've got Riesling, Sylvaner and Gewurztraminer. Now, I'm pretty sure the Gewurz should be last, but the Sylvaner, maybe it should come before the Riesling. And if there wasn't this other wine here, then I would have done it that way. But I thought, hey, put all the Alsace ones together, put the two Rieslings together. So we're starting in New Zealand, Waipara Valley, with the Bishop's Head Winery, and this is their Riesling 2008. Had their Pinot the other day, and it was all right. It was a little on the stalky side, but interesting to see that they're selling 2008 Riesling rather than a younger vintage. I imagine quite a few people have got there, certainly to 2009s and maybe 2010s. I think it's a bit early here, early July for any 2011s. But let's see how this is bearing up after 3 years. Now, sometimes with New Zealand Riesling, you're not quite sure what to expect. I find that the wines don't really seem to know what they want to be. Some of them, what I would like is either a full-bodied dry style or a unashamedly off-dry wine. Sometimes they're in the middle and there's sort of like slightly confusing muddy edge. This feels like they've actually thought a bit about the style and have done it in that off-dry style. So it's got those floral notes. Petrolly, although we might get on to mention the word petrolly when we get on to one of the Alsace wines, and yeah, these citrus, green apple, smells good. Well, it's one of the best New Zealand Rieslings I've had recently, in that, that slightly sweeter stage, because it's got this balance between sweet and sour just about right. It's got this fresh tangy acidity, so you can feel a little bit of the mouth pucker, but when you just feel it's going to be a bit too much, then there's this softer, well, Mary Poppins spoonful of sugar just there to soften it out, to round it out, knock off those gawky edges. A bit of bottle age is also giving it a little bit more mellow, rounded character, and some of this petrolly, kerosene-y character, which a few people recently, including the I might as well say it now. We've got a wine here from Chapoutier, better known for their stuff in the Rhone Valley, and they've got some stuff down in the Languedoc and in Australia and a few other places as well. But they started in Alsace a few years ago, and Michel Chapoutier, never one to hold back on grand statements, said petrol in Riesling is a fault. Is it? Well, I get a bit here, but I don't mind it at all. Let's move on to the Alsace Riesling. Same vintage? No, 2009. So 18 months younger. And this is from the well-known Cave de Turckheim, one of a number of rather good cooperatives that they're in the Alsace region. These guys and a few others, people like Pfaffenheim and Beblenheim, they do quite a few of the own label wines that you'll see in UK supermarkets, but they've got stuff under their own label, and it can be excellent. Let's see whether this is excellent. Now, this is a lighter, more delicate style. Doesn't quite have that punch and weight here. But what it's got instead is it feels like it's going to be a bit drier, alcohol-wise. The first one was 12, this is 12.5%. Feels like it's going to have that little bit more severe mineral stoniness here. I noticed a touch of the mineral-y edge on the first one, but here it feels like it's going to be a bit more of the soil rather than just of the grape variety. Yeah, it's got crispness and tang. I'd say it's a more confident wine than the Bishop's Head. The Bishop's Head is good, but this one is a bit more upright. Yes, it's a bit drier. It's got that steely backbone, and round it there's this Granny Smith's apples. Yeah, very ripe lemons, touch of orange, and this stony, pebbly character. Is it from the soil? Is it from who can tell? But it's here, and it adds to the wine. But both of them are pretty decent. Now let's get on to Monsieur Chapoutier. This is Schieferkopf Sylvaner. Vignoble implanté sur le seul vin de schiste bleu d'Alsace. In other words, it's the from the only vineyard in Alsace where there is blue schist. Blue schist, it sounds like for men. For men who don't like to dig rocks, you wear blue schist. I'll be quiet. Let's just pour the wine out. 2009 vintage. And the first thing I get is this waft of petrol. No, Michel, I was having you on. I don't get any waft of petrol here. What I get is what I call the dry burnt sugar character that I associate with Sylvaner. There's like this smoky, a smoky, ever so slightly ash-like. If you imagine the ashes the day after a barbecue, that type of ashy character. Quite a wealth of very ripe orange, verging on the crystallised orange as well. Feels like it's going to have a bit of weight. Not sure whether it's going to be dry, sweet or what. 13% alcohol. It has that feel of something that's maybe been picked quite ripe and left some sugar in the wine. Let's have a see. There's a softness, a richness, and a real juicy, lovely spice. It feels like one of those sort of wines that's got. You think it's going to be just like big and blobby, but then coming through when you spat it out. I think I might be swallowing some of this later. There's this crispness and fine structure that makes you think and keeps your mouth fresh, keeps you entertained, and keeps you coming back for more. And there's a touch of the lychee along with those very ripe citrus characters. But it's what I like about it is this lovely mixture of richness, and it's got enough backbone. It's got a bigger skeleton than you think it's originally going to have. You think it's just going to be all big flobby flesh, and but no, there is sternness and again the mineral character coming through. There is something of the soil that strikes through them. It smells of blue schist. Hey, let's see how we get on with the final one. Gewurztraminer from Domaine Paul Blanc, and they do some single vineyard ones, but this is their basic Gewurz. I nearly poured it into the spittoon then, I better hadn't do that. Textbook Alsace Gewurz smell, lychees, rose petals, Turkish Delight, which I know is related to the previous two, and then this, again, this crystallised orange, honeyed characters, touch of spice, like ever so slight ginger note, and if you imagine, chocolate ginger biscuits with little bits of orange peel in there. There's something of that character. They've managed to achieve a really nice balancing act here. It's got the richness and floral note that you want in Gewurztraminer, but they've not pushed it so far that it turns into that oily, over the top, over heavy spectrum. So your mouth is left refreshed. Yes, you know that you've got quite a weighty wine there, but fresh finish with it. One of the things that people say is that Alsace Gewurz is the ideal wine for Chinese food. Well, to be honest, I mean, I'd actually take the Sylvaner. I like that because they've both got similar weight in terms of fruit flavour. I notice I sometimes think that when you put that with some of the more delicate Chinese flavours, the floral bits of Gewurztraminer will overwhelm some of the delicate flavours. The weird thing is about the Sylvaner is it's got quite a lot of flavour, but it's not one of those things where there's one particular flavour that's just sort of swamping everything. It's just a general richness and juiciness, and as I say, it's got this acidity and backbone to keep it fresh. But a really nice set of four wines. Alsace for me, well, step above Wiper so far. But hey, give the guys down in Wiper another few thousand years, and maybe they'll be on a par. But I don't think I'll be doing those videos then. Hey, see you soon.